Okay, Rafael. We have the VK-Dissociation prepared, and it's great. I thank you very much for allowing to practice that.
Perfect.
As I explained the steps, we have this technique to associate on a movie screen.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying. Oops. I'm just trying to get you right on the screen and make the picture bigger. But so far, in the meanwhile, I encourage you to get into a present state and really center yourself and prepare yourself that you can fully explore, be relaxed, do what serves you best to ground yourself. And if you are ready, I like you to imagine you're sitting in a cinema and you observe yourself. Just watch. Just put yourself sitting in a cinema and you can see various situations of your life. Blend in various situations. Birthdays, celebrations, graduations, learnings, sports. As you can sub through the channels and can observe various life events. Can you access these?
Yes.
And then I like you to find something either unpleasant, slightly stressful, painful, or traumatic, something that would fit in the context of this demonstration. So not something too overwhelming, but something that involves discomfort.
All right.
You got something on that?
Yeah.
Great. I like you to leave your body, like the one sitting in the cinema, and you go back into a projection booth. This is the step 3 of this technique. And here you observe yourself watching a movie about yourself. So Rafael is sitting in the cinema and is seeing a movie about Rafael having a painful, traumatic, or discomfortable experience. You're now in the projection booth, like you're behind Rafael or on the side, so you can see the screen and you can see Rafael. And you can observe Rafael very well, how he is reacting, what he's seeing on the movie screen. Can you access that?
Yep.
Great. Now I like you to modify the scenes. So out of this movie make still pictures and frame the pictures. So the sequences become still, these images become black and white. You may like to put them further away or make it less sharp or less three-dimensional. So it is like you have a mental Photoshop. You can use all kind of filters and effects to change and to lower the intensity of your unpleasant screening.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about how you change the pictures. Not so important about the content, but more how you modified.
I have put them further,
Yeah.
and also I have put them in black and white, and the characters I have put more kind of cartoon instead of being like people, more kind of a cartoon. So it's a cartoon of myself instead of an actual image of myself.
That's great. That's great, Rafael. So acknowledge that. And actually, that's great, Mr. Projection Special Effect Master, because Rafael is sitting in the movie screen. And imagine him sitting like upright, breathing from his chest, and he looks up to the screen like in a 20-degree angle. I'm asking you this because to access visual physiology, we have our breathing not too deep, not to be too much into our feelings. We want to be more separating the visual from the feelings for sake of this exercise. And so chest breathing, gaze upside, as you're entirely visual, like the Raphael is entirely visual. And the screen shows these cartoon images in black and white and still format. And now, can you get a widened perception about this event that's on the screen? Or a more objectivized perception about this event?
Yes, it's like more like watching like in a outside position, you know, like watching a scene that I'm not belonging to.
Welcome. And with this experience widened, you have all the information around that, you have widened the experience about that. I like you to identify what are like positive intentions, secondary gains, and learnings. So you may have become strengthened, more resilient. You may have developed more compassion. You may could accept the help or the care of others. Things like that. What are the learnings, or what is it you know now you haven't known back then and you could bring into this movie? Which is the step 4 where we are?
The skill of being able to manage this kind of situations. that I have developed after the situations, after that specific situation. So it will be like the skill of being able to manage the situations.
Great. So Rafael has learned to manage such situations. What would be an anchor for that? Either a movement or a symbol, actually both maybe, like what are simple ways to develop an anchor for that? Step 4B.
It's like a movement of the hands.
A movement of the hands.
The hands, moving the hands down to like to have the inner state quiet despite all the things that is going on in the outside.
Movement of the hands and the inner state is quiet.
Yes.
Oh. So you almost as you build something protective around you.
Yes.
Do you see anything or hear anything while you do that?
It's more a feeling, you know, it's more a feeling of calm.
Right. So you have this feeling, you have a movement for that, welcome that, and take that with you from the projection booth position where you are into the first position, in that case, which is Raphael sitting in the cinema. So bring that new awareness with you and take your seat in the cinema. Raphael, back into yourself, watching a movie about yourself. You have now gained insights to manage that situation. You're just screening and you have a movement for that. I like you to bring that on to the movie screen.
All right.
So this new choice of this anchor, transferred it into the movie screen. How is that working?
It's really good. It's like having very different feelings in myself with using the anchor in the situation.
And with that, seeing that on the movie screen, allow the movie now to go back into a motion picture. So you see the movie now, not as still pictures, but it's moving and maybe coming back to the submodalities where it could be colorful and three-dimensional, etc. But you're still seeing that in the movie. Let the movie play. What is happening here?
The situation is the same, the things that they are happening.
Yeah.
But my state is absolutely different. It's much more much more quiet.
Yeah.
Inside, so I am able to deal better with the situation. It's also like the speed of the situations is going slower. You know, things are not so quick, are much more slow.
Great. Seems to be more calmer, more relaxed, or endurable.
Yes.
So does it look and sound for you as plausible that you could associate yourself into this unpleasant event?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're ready, we come to the step 6, which is you slowly step into that movie. So out from your seat in the cinema, you step into that movie.
All right.
You are now back in time, at the time of this event. You're associated like in time. You see that situations from your own eyes. But with the new resource you have developed in step 4. So I like you to bring in this movement you developed, this movement you anchored. And let the situation happen and acknowledge it becomes more manageable and access that anchor, access that movement, which is your resource movement. I observe the movement with the hands. Can you bring that in?
Yes. Yes.
Just bring that in. Allow yourself into your situation to bring that in. And notice what you see, what you hear, and what you feel.
There is a big change in what I feel. Very big change.
What is it? Tell me more.
It's much more quiet. The feeling now is like I'm much more centered, much more in myself. So I don't feel any kind of agitation. That is very, very good.
Quiet, calm, less hesitation. We come to the 7th and last step, which is to future pace it. So take that anchor, that movement, plus this new realization, this new learning, into a future situation that may cause pain, stress, trauma, anxiety. And bringing this anchor, bringing this awareness that it's manageable, and this newfound quietness in that event.
It gives me more a relaxed state, a calm state, and it gives me also the feeling of freedom because I have like more options of react. I have more my like it's not the things, the situations, it's not like narrow position that there is like just one option. It's like I have more options, I have more opportunities, and also I feel like the things are not going so quick. Are like I'm not going so quick. My inner thought, it's like everything is going to be a little bit slow down.
Beautiful. And finally, what can you do to bring that into your practice? What can you do that after this exercise you can benefit from these findings? Is there anything that helps you maintaining that?
Well, I can practice the anchor, and I can go more in contact with this kind of state, of situation, of feelings,
Great.
and try to contact them in a constant way, so it will be easier for me to access that in different situations.
I see. And how do you practice the anchor?
I will do it at home, here at home, like in a small meditation, making the movement, and try to keep this state, even if I don't move my hands, keeping to be in contact with this state just by breathing and by being aware of the state.
Beautiful, beautiful. Is there anything you like to add on that exercise? Is there anything you would like to change, add, modify?
No, it's very good.
Great. Rafael, thank you very much for volunteering on the VK-Dissociation, which is an exercise used to work on trauma, on stress and painful memories. So very brave that you do that, and I'm really glad to be able to take that on. Actually, to mention the references, it's an early NLP exercise developed by Bandler and Grinder, I think in '76, based on the hypnotic work of Milton, Erickson, and the work of Fritz, Perls. And I learned that process at NLP University by Robert Dilts, and used or orientated myself on the way how he teach that and explained that in the NLP encyclopedia. So thank you very much, and all the best.
You're very welcome. All the best. All the best.